Hey, it's Brian Mudd. Happy Friday. It's September 28th, and this is my cheat sheet for today. All right, so President Obama's re-election odds. Using the polls for anything these days is, well, something that's going to be controversial in nature. Look, with everything that's been made about the polls and the sampling over the course of the past week or so, a lot of that's true. The bottom line is, Democrats have been oversampled by an average of 9 points when you take a look at all of the polls. An average of 9 points. In other words, what a lot of polling firms are doing are using the exact same turnout models to the benefit of President Obama as they did in 2008, plus 1 point. So there is a lot that can be made, and rightfully so, about some of these polls not looking right in terms of their sampling. However, we can still take a look at an aggregate of all of them and begin to at least get a little bit more of a fair picture. It's the only data we've got right now. When I take a look at this week's re-election odds, based upon the approval rating in today's state, President Obama is right where he was last week, just under a 50% approval rating, which on this date historically computes to a 78% chance of him winning re-election in just about 40 days. Good Lord, we're getting close to it, right? Now, if you take a look, a lot of people compare this election most closely to George W. Bush's re-election bid in 2004. A lot of similarities there. If you're taking a look at that, George W. Bush on this date in 2004 had a 51% approval rating. So President Obama, despite what a lot of the media is making this look like, is actually trailing where George W. Bush was 8 years ago. Now, on the other side, the popular vote. If we take a look at the popular vote outcome, this is taking a look at an average of all the head-to-head numbers and then taking a look at where undecideds usually break. There are just under 7% of people undecided right now, and when we take a look at the historical averages, 75% of undecided voters at this stage breaking for the challenger, here's what it looks like. And this will give you an idea of why the campaigns are still running neck and neck, and why President Obama is still campaigning in all these states that some of these polls say he's just running away with. If you took the national election popular vote totals today, you are likely to see an outcome that would show President Obama with 50.3% of the vote to Romney's 49.7%. So less than 1% between the two of them in the popular vote. Now, as that portends to the states, that's a different ballgame. And I'll tell you what that is once and for all on Election Day. But the bottom line is, it's every bit as close as you might imagine, regardless of what any given poll on any given day might end up saying. National Coffee Day freebies. There are a bunch of them. McDonald's been doing free coffee all week, and they continue that today, which is pretty cool. If you go to any 7-Eleven before 10 o'clock, between 6 and 10, you get a free coffee of your choice. Even the lattes and the cappuccinos, everything free. 7-Eleven, 6 to 10 today. And then tomorrow, if you go by, Krispy Kreme will give you a free coffee tomorrow. And there are plenty of other coupons and things too at other places like Dunkin' Donuts. I have all that information on my physical cheat sheet. So find something free and enjoy it. It's coffee. All right, the browser situation online. A lot of people, when Microsoft had their flaw become known, that made you potentially susceptible to malware that would allow your computer to be taken over just over a week ago. A lot of people are wondering if Internet Explorer was really still the best browser to be going with for your own protection. Well, the answer is overwhelmingly yes. Get this, Internet Explorer has more security capability at keeping you protected than all of the others combined. Everybody else that's out there with a browser combined. You see, Internet Explorer can ward off more than 92% of malware attempts, more than 96% of click fraud. To give you an idea, number 2, Google Chrome, can only handle about 26% of all malware and like 2% or something of click fraud. It's not even close. So Internet Explorer still is the best browser for keeping you protected online by a landslide. And beer. Beer has a lot of things in common with tobacco. Most notably, they're both controlled substances, right? But something else. Beer is officially more taxed than suds. More taxed than suds. The most expensive ingredient in beer is now government. And that's something else they have in common with tobacco. You see, 45% now of all of what you pay for beer is taxes. Beer gets taxed 4 different times on its way to you. And as those taxes are added on, the cost goes up and up and up. So you're really getting a good deal if you get $1 beer somewhere, because heck, probably half of that was taxes. All right, so it's the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to have my economic roundup, everything that you need to know about where we are and where we're going in this economy on Monday. We'll see you then.